Welcome back to Two Guys Talking About Football. Today we're going to talk about Brett Favre, a couple signings. Mark Sanchez, another Jets quarterback, signed a huge deal today out of the 5 pick. $28 million guaranteed, total value is $60. All the money's really in the guaranteed, all that back end stuff he'll never see. Even if he hits those performance enhancing triggers, they'll sign him to a new deal, so they'll never see that. Big pressure on the Jets this year. They're bringing a new coach, Bart Scott. What do you think they're going to be at?
It all depends on who they have starting. Quarterback situation's always where it is. They've got the weapons. They've got Leon Washington. They've got Thomas Jones. They brought in Sean Green this year. They've got the Vernius Coles is gone. That opens the door for Cotchery. That opens the door for Chancey Stuckey, and a guy that was well liked in preseason last year until he got hurt. David Clowney, who seemed to be really one of the favorite targets for Favre when he was there. Opens the door for them, and it just all depends on who's back there distributing the ball as to what they're gonna do.
I think maybe short-term best deal is to go with Kellen Clemens. I don't think you start Sanchez now. Give him a year on the bench. He's really not going to learn a lot from Clemens, but hopefully he'll learn a lot from some of the other veterans on the team. You're not going to throw him out there and let him get killed. Unfortunately, like what Stafford's going to go through this year.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get the Joe Flacco and the Matt Ryan thing going again. Those are one in a million shots, and that happens almost every year. Teams get rookie quarterbacks thinking they can build a team around them. You really need to build a team and then put the quarterback in there. You got some freak accidents that, like Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco. I'm not saying that they won't be good down the road. I'm saying that is not what normally happens, and it probably won't happen this way either.
No. Both the teams they went to were, first of all, the Atlanta Falcons were riddled by the Michael Vick fiasco the year before. That's why the team was so bad. They got such a high draft pick. The Ravens, on the other hand, great defense, just had no offense. No offense. Flacco came in, got the running game going with McGahee, and then, the big surprise last year was, lost the running back's name.
Yeah, I did too.
But
I had him on my fantasy team. That's what's sick. The big guy.
McClain.
Yes, LaRon McClain. Sorry, LaRon.
Yeah. So that's really where those two teams came from. The Jets. Yeah, you know what? They were game out of making the playoffs last year, but they weren't a good team. 2 out of the 3 running backs, and the other third being a rookie, are holding out or not reporting, or a lot of things going on with them right now. Plus, Sanchez comes from that USC pedigree. Matt Leinart. Then you've got Carson Palmer at Cincinnati, who's been injury prone. Really, he's been a decent quarterback, but not great. Matt Castle, he had 1 year. What's he going to do? But USC, they produce quarterbacks that just don't do anything in the pros. And hopefully Sanchez won't be like that, but he only had 13 games as a starter, so we'll have to see.
Yep. Other news, was there a deadline? Was there not a deadline for Brett Favre? Who knows? Childress is saying there wasn't. ESPN is sticking by the report saying that there was a deadline pushed on him. What do you think?
I think maybe Minnesota came out and they said, look, Brett, are you coming back or are you not coming back? What's the deal here? OTAs, we're trying to get you in. And I think secretly behind the scenes, Brett said, you know what, yeah, I am coming back. I really don't want to go to mini camp. I don't want to go to training camp. I think that's kind of where he's at. And now it's come out that he had the surgery. It's been a little while. We didn't know if he was going to have it, if he is. Now all of a sudden he's had it. Now all of a sudden his family's booked rooms at the Midway Motor Lodge outside of Lambeau. They made reservations at an Applebee's. So for the Green Bay Packer, Minnesota Vikings at Pack game. So yeah, he's coming back. Let's not kid ourselves anymore about this. This is Brett. And the sad thing is the majority of people that are younger, that are adolescents right now, 12, 13, getting into football, they're not going to know the Brett Favre when we were 12 and 13 and 14 and 15, winning Super Bowls in '95, and being a guy that ran around, looked like he was having a good time all the time. He looks like the guy that, is a crybaby that just won't quit, that just keeps hanging on. It's sad. It's the Evander Holyfield situation.
It's like I said in the last thing, it's not going to help anybody. It's a short-term fix, and you saw how that worked out for the Jets last year. If he has another bad end of the year, beginning of the year, what's he gonna blame it on this time? If I was Commissioner Goodell, I'd step up and I'd say not this time. Not this time. He's got to file those papers to get reinstated, and I would just look at him and I'd say not this time, Brett. Sorry. We really gotta move on. You've retired twice already and tried to come back. You didn't help yourself last year. You're not going to help a team this year. Because what I've also said, one of the 2 quarterbacks, if not both quarterbacks, if Favre comes back, Rosenfels and Jackson, they won't be on the team. One of them definitely won't be on the team next year, and no one will ever know if there ever was any type of opportunity for them to make themselves a decent quarterback.
Yeah, I think
I just don't see this happening.
Yeah, I think
not
Jackson,
going to end good. Not gonna end good.
Jackson's gone. He's horrible. Rosenfels, he had some, he showed some life with the Redskins. Showed a little bit of life filling in for Matt Schaub last year and the year before. So we'll see. He might be decent, but really behind that running game that they have, behind that defense, it's kind of the Trent Dilfer situation where you just need to have a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes.
Yep.
And when you talk about Brett Favre, last couple of years all he does is make mistakes,
Yep.
versus the amount of big plays. So we'll have to see where that goes. Couple other things today. Chad Johnson tattoos his face, doesn't tattoo his face.
Ocho Cinco.
Oh yeah, Ocho Stinko.
He put pictures up last night apparently on his Twitter account of a picture of the state of Florida and crosses on this side, somewhere on his forehead, around his nose, he had OC. So that was released that he had these tattoos done. And then later today it says that those tattoos were fake. I guess they were henna tattoos. I don't know. I don't know what kind of statement he was trying to make. He said he punked the media. Well, nobody cares.
That's the sad thing is, 3 years ago, he was a story. It was, is he holding out? Is he coming in? Is he not coming in? Now he's not a story anymore. He hasn't been to OTAs. He finally showed up, but no one really cared. No one was reporting that Chad Ocho Cinco wasn't at OTAs. I think it was just him saying, I'm still a big-time receiver, even though he's not. And he still thinks he's that big personality, doing this crazy celebrations for touchdowns, putting on his jacket that said Hall of Fame ? And I think now he's starting to realize that he's not the big name anymore. He's not the gimmicky guy that he used to be, and this was just a way to get his name in the paper and people talking about him again.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
So with that said, guys, y'all take it easy and be back with us for next time at Two Guys Talk Football.